Here we are in section 1.4 exercises, part A. We're dealing with fractions the whole time. We're going to do number 27 through 45. First, it says find the multiplicative inverses or reciprocals of each number. So that means that we're going to be flipping them on their head. So 4/7 would be 7 over 4. And you could write that as, say, 1 3/4 if you wanted to. Let's check our answer. And there we have 7/4, or if you want to mix number 1 3/4 would be okay. Good. Number 28, 2/9. Flip that over and you get 9/2. And that's all we're doing. The reciprocal is just flipping it over. So 9/2. And you could rewrite that as 2 going to 9, 4 and 1/2 if you wanted to. Yeah, 9/2, 4.5. 29, flip over -7/10 and it will be -10/7. And you could rewrite that as -1 3/7, but really it's just easiest to flip them and leave it as an improper fraction, and we get -10/7. Good. Here we have 30 is 7/8. Flip that over and we get 8/7. There we are, 8/7. Number 31, -5/6. We flip that over and we get -6/5, or -1 1/5. And let's check our answer. And there we have it. Number 32, 13. Ooh, this is a little tougher one. 13, how do you flip that? Well, this is the same thing as 13 over 1. So when we flip over 13, it becomes 1/13. Let's double check that. And yes, there we go. There we have it. Number 33, 13 over 42 will flip to 42 over 13. There's its reciprocal. There we have 42 over 13, or it's written as a mixed number. 34, 7/3 gets transferred to 3/7. And there we have it. Good. 35. The reason we had all this practice with reciprocals is because now we're going to divide, which is multiplying by the reciprocal. So 2/5 divided by 1/3 is 2/5 times the reciprocal of 1/3, which is 3 over 1. So if we multiply those, we get 2 times 3 is 6, 5 times 1 is 5. 2/5 divided by 1/3 gives you 6/5. Could rewrite that as 1 1/5, but it's 6/5 right there. Number 36, 1/4 divided by 3/8. Let's rewrite that. 1/4 times 8/3 equals 1 times 8 is 8, 4 times 3 is 12. So we get 8/12. Will that reduce? I believe that will reduce. Let me see. 8 and 12 are both multiples of 4, so we can divide by 4, and it equals 2/3. Let's double check our answer. Number 36, 2/3. Yep. 37, 5/6 divided by 3/8 would be 5/6 times 8/3. And that equals 5 times 8 is 40. 6 times 3 is 18. And that looks like that will reduce somewhat. 40 and 18 are both multiples of 2. So divide by 2, and it's going to equal, let me see, on the top we'll have 20, and on the bottom we'll have 9. So 20/9. Or you could rewrite that as a mixed number. 9 goes into 20 2 times with remainder 2. So 20/9, or 2 2/9. Yep. 38, 3/8 divided by 7/12 would be timesing by 12/7 equals 3 times 12 is 36. 8 times 7 is 56. These are both multiples of 4. If that's hard to see, there's some place where you can see it a little bit earlier. See, when you take 3 times 12, 12 has a 4 in it, and 8 has a 4 in it. And so we know that when we multiply these up, these both will have 4s in them. So you might be able to cheat a little bit ahead of time to see that what's going to simplify. 9/14 I think is what comes out of there. Let's double check our answer. Yep, 9/14. Number 39, 2 3/4 divided by 7 1/6. Whoa, we can't do it like that. We need to be able to multiply straight across the top and bottom. So we need to turn this into an improper fraction, which we do by 4 times 2 is 8 plus 3 is 11. That's 11/4. And then divided by 7 1/6. That's 6 times 7 is 42 plus 1 is 43/6. Now we rewrite them as improper fractions, so we can change this to 11/4 times 6/43. So we'd multiply by the reciprocal, but we had to get them into improper fractions in order to reciprocate or turn them over. 11 times 6 is 66, and 4 times 43, it's 172 is what it looks like. Ooh, that's a big one. I think that will simplify. A 2 in each one of them. Let's look over here, see if we can see. Yeah, that has a 2 in it, and that has a 2 in it, but nothing else is common that we'll see will simplify. So divide by 2, we get 33 over, divide by 2 there, and we get 86. 33 over 86. Let's double check our answer. That was a big involved one. 33 over 86. Good. Number 40. This one looks pretty big too. 5 5/7. Turn this into an improper fraction. 7 times 5 is 35 plus 5 is 40. So this is really 47ths divided by 3 times 3 is 9 plus 2, that's 11/3. So that's going to be 47ths times 3/11ths equals, I don't see any common anything that will cancel eventually. That's good. We'll just get our answer, then we won't have to simplify. 40 times 3 is 120, and 7 times 11 is 77. 120 over 77, and we could rewrite that as 1 and, 43/77 or something, but that's a legitimate way of leaving the answer. Let's look. 120 over 77. Oh, good. Oh, look, somebody did change that just in case somebody wanted to. Good. 41. 7 4/5 divided by 9/10. Only one of them is an improper fraction. So if we're going to be multiplying, we got to change one of these. Oh, it's a mixed number. We've got to change it to an improper fraction. 5 times 7 is 35, plus 4 is 39. Fifths divided by 9/10 is the same as timesing by 10/9. So when we multiply those, 39 times 10 is 390, and 5 times 9 is 45. Now, if we notice what can both go into them, they both end in 0 or 5, so 5 goes into both of them. And you can see that right here, that 5 goes into both of these. But you'll also notice 3 goes into that one, and 3 goes into that one. So there's a 3 common there, and there's a 5 common here. So together, we're going to be able to divide by 15. Now you could do it piece at a time and divide by 3 and then divide by 5. That's all right. But we're going to equal. Let's see what that does. That's a 3 on the bottom. And 26, I think. 26 over 3. Let's check our answer. 26 over 3. There we go. Or it could be 8 2/3. Okay, 42. 7/8 divided by, so we're going to take 7/8 divided by 9 2/3. Change this to an improper fraction so we can do multiplication and division with it. 3 times 9 is 27, plus 2 is 29/3. So we really have 7/8 times 3 29ths. Good. 7 times 3 is 21. 8 times 29, that's going to be about 232. Oh boy, does that simplify at all? Well, let's look and see if there's anything common over here. I can't see anything. 21 over 232, let's check our answer. Oh, there it is, right there. Good. And number 43. 2 1/6 divided by 3/8. Change this to an improper fraction. 6 times 2 is 12, plus 1 is 13. 6 times 8/3. When we times these, do you notice something that will simplify? An 8 and a 6 both have a 2 in them, so we'll be able to divide by 2 when we get there. 13 times 8 is 104. 6 times 3 is 18. And yeah, when we divide top and bottom by 2, we get 52 over 9, which I guess we could rewrite as like 5 7/9, but that's a sufficient answer right there. 52/9. There we go. Now, number 44. These are preparation problems, so you're not... This is preparing your mind for the next assignment and for gathering what will happen there. Here, you've got 280 miles on 12 gallons of gas. How many miles per gallon? This means divide. So we're going to take 280 miles per 12 gallons. When we do that division, we get, well, 280 divided by 12. Put that up there really quick. 12 into 28 is 2. That's 2, 4. Subtract it. We get a 4, 0. 12 goes into 40 3 times. 3 times 12 is 36. Subtract. And we get 4, 0. This is going to keep going. 23.3 repeating. So this turns out to be 23.3 miles per gallon. So for every gallon of gas, we went 23.3 miles. Good. That's kind of what's going on here. Now, if you drive 280 miles on 12 gallons of gas, well, that's 23 miles per gallon. But now each gallon is $3.20 per gallon. So if it costs $3.20 per gallon, we're going to have to divide this by 3.2 to get how many miles will happen every dollar. And they're going to set this up with actual fractions, kind of like what you see here, 280 miles per 12 gallons. And then when you times that by $3.20 per gallon, or 1 gallon for $3.20, then what happens? You're like, oh my goodness, just like what we saw up here with the cancellation. The 5s would cancel eventually, or the 3s, and that would tell us how to simplify it. Here you'll notice something on the top and something on the bottom that will cancel. And so when we end up multiplying 280 times 1 over 12 times 3.2, gallons simplify out completely, and we're left with miles per dollar. So you're going to have 23.3 divided by $3.20. And that's a problem. That's a problem I'll let you do, but this will prepare you for the next video and the activity for gathering. Good luck.